What can I derive from the mass layoffs in leadership and tech that are going on at the moment? I actually had some examples this week where leaders were under pressure to cut costs dramatically. And it's very understandable that people want to cut costs. And one of the leaders that I was interacting with, the situation that she was in was she was thinking, well, should you go with managed service, where basically it's very tempting. You get lower costs, and the idea is you outsource some particular skill to a company, and they give you 7 resources. You call me a resource, I'll call you an overhead, is the joke, isn't it? And it can be very tempting, and it can look like you're cutting costs. But what typically happens is the outsource provider will make it work really well for the first 3 months. So you think it's working really well, you're doing well, you save loads of money, and everything's great. And then you realize actually you don't know the names of the people that you're interacting with. In fact, they're protected from you because you have a single point of contact. And then what happens is you get less output, and you realize that things are taking much longer, and the initial hit that you got from apparently saving costs, you're now realizing that your organization is less effective. And this has happened more than once in the last few weeks. I had 2 specific cases like that, where one lady who'd already gone through it a few months ago is now realizing that if she had 2 full-time people that she knew the names of, even if they were outsourced people, she would have been, her organization would have been more effective, because essentially nothing was getting done. So it's very tempting at the moment to cut costs. But actually, John Seddon teaches us that if your one optimizing goal is to cut costs, your long-term costs go up. And that's basically what I've been telling people this week. Please avoid managed service. Please avoid outsourcing your crown jewels. Why would you outsource the very stuff that creates value for your company? Why do you treat your technology people like a cost when actually a lot of it can be an asset, can be competitive advantage for your company? Why would you pay other companies to do what's your competitive advantage so they can take that to your competitors? It just baffles me. And so now is the time not to be going for the hot button of cutting unit costs, is to really be considering, in this tough time, how can we increase our competitive advantage by becoming more effective? And that means that we need to take some more difficult choices, like maybe insourcing. How about that? Do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. Run the opposite way to the herd, and try to generate lots of value for your company, but also try to increase the capability of your company by listening to those voices who've been telling you all along, we need to go back and repair some shortcuts we made in the past. There's lots of things we need to repair so that we can increase our capacity to deliver value. We need to focus more on increasing capability. Let's not become the next Southwest Airlines, where as a result of cost savings after cost savings after cost savings, outsourcing after outsourcing, and all these different strategies, that we've forgotten the customer, and we've actually lost our capability to deliver value. And then trying to focus on speed is just not not even an option for you. So very tempting to cut costs right now and go for unit costs. Try to improve the overall effectiveness of your organization by, even if you had less people, you try to make sure that those people, who they are, you know who they are, you have them full time, you're dealing with people that you can trust, or you're dealing with a long-term supplier that you can trust. Don't go for the short-term hit of unit cost reduction.